Morning, guys. Welcome to the CO visit. Colin here, and always with my trusty coffee. Well, we had a pretty busy day yesterday. Today is Thursday, Friday. Is it Friday? Friday. I don't even know what day it is. Friday. Yeah, and so the my lawyer came over. So he came over, and his young wife came with him, and so it was nice to meet both of them and talk with them. Very nice couple. They're both lawyers, so that was nice. So basically, in a nutshell, what we did was we went first of all to the court here, where there's a legal file from all the stuff that happened before when my ex-wife was here, to look at that, to see what happened and kind of get an idea of all of that, um, which in the end won't really play much of a factor in this new lawsuit about the custody. But it was important to see it, just to get an idea of what happened before, and to uh, verify who has custody and all of that. And um, so that we confirmed all of that. Of course, the fact that one of the uh, parents has custody. I don't know how U.S. law is, but here in Honduras, there's custody, and then there's the legal rights over the children, which I don't really know what that's called in English. But the custody is where the children live, right? But the legal right is something that's shared by both of the parents, which means both parents, independently of where the children are living, they have the right to still make decisions for the children, and they have to do that together, right? So she's always claimed that I lost that right. I gave all that up. It's only her. We cleared that up. That's nothing farther from the truth. So basically, so we did that. We spent a while, about an hour and a half in the court, and then we ran around downtown to find a notary public for the power of attorney. They can do that here, and so lawyers can do it as well. I mean, full-fledged lawyers can do that, or you can find a notary public. But at any rate, if you're going to do that, you go with the notary public because it's a lot cheaper. Just to give you an idea, if you go with, for example, here a notary public for the power of attorney, which the reason for that is to give the lawyer the authority to act on my behalf and do all these diligences that he has to do, especially because he's in another city. So he can act on my behalf with that. And that's a part of the file now. So a notary public uh, charged 1,000 lempiras for that document, which is equivalent to $40. Okay, $40 for that. So they make it all up. They have a format for it, and then you have to give them all your ID and everything, and the lawyer and his lawyer number or whatever it is, and then we sign it. And so that's $40 for that. If you go to a lawyer and have a lawyer, like you go to a lawyer's office and have them make up a power of attorney for you, they'll charge 4,000 lempiras. That's $160. $40 versus 160. Obviously, lawyer's going to charge for his experience and their fees, lawyers' fees, which notaries don't. So big difference. So I was really glad to see that the lawyer. You don't have to listen to what people say. Just watch what they do. And that told me all I needed to know. He said, "No, we're going to look for a notary because why pay all this money, right? I mean, it makes total sense, right?" And I see that he's looking out for me. He's not trying to, you know, go for the most expensive or anything. He's considerate and trying to save me money where he can, which is good. So that's what happened. So anyway, that's the situation. What comes next? Well, he left yesterday. He just came very early in the morning. Well, it was a kind of a 2 day thing. He went to the capital first, to Tegucigalpa, and then stayed there, and then he traveled in the early morning yesterday, Thursday, to where I live in Juticalpa, and then was just here during the day at about, we went, had lunch, came to my house, had lunch, and then by about 2 o'clock, I brought him back to the bus station, and then they would go back to Tegus, and then back to his town in Choluteca, which is in the south of Honduras. So what is coming up is the basically filing charges with what is called the DPI here in Spanish, DPI. That's the Department of Police Investigation, basically. Um, so they are in charge of investigating, criminal things, because that's the route we're going with this for child abuse, and then the also charges with the Child Protection Services, which they should have knowledge of this because they went to the hospital when Cosette was there, so they should have some kind of file on this already. So he's going to go there and get that get that going again, fire that up again, and this is all part of a legal strategy, which I don't want to go too much into detail here because certain people might watch this video and I don't want to tip them off. So we'll try to maybe touch on that later on. But there's a legal strategy and all of that to pressure the person to get what we want. So I was just talking to Cosette last night, and I asked her, because she had mentioned to me about staying with one of her aunts, which is, she's not a witness, and she's been the one that has supported Cosette, of course, right? That's typical, right? The one person in the family, she got married to Cosette's uncle, and she's not a witness, and then he got disfellowship because of that, and you know that's what that is. But she's been the one that's supported Cosette. I mean, kind of. Cosette's not getting the help that she really needs, but she's at least been there for her and understanding, and you know, uh, this aunt and Cosette's witness uncle um, have a child together, a little boy. They had a baby, and she's got a little girl from another marriage, and she refuses to let them take them to the Kingdom Hall or any of that. She doesn't want them involved in it at all. So that's a plus. That's good. So basically, I asked her, if she's staying with that aunt, and she said no, not until my mom leaves. So I mentioned to you guys before about Cosette said her mom supposedly wants to take off to Mexico. She met some guy there, and she basically wants to run away and go to Mexico. So when she told me that, she said not yet until my mom leaves. Well, actually, I was glad about that because she's not taking Cosette. That will actually help our case. The moment that my ex-wife leaves the country, automatically that's abandonment because she has the custody of Cosette. Even if Cosette stays there with her family, it's still abandonment unless she makes a power of attorney to give that, to turn Cosette over to somebody else there to watch her, to take care of her. But even so, in that case, it shouldn't go to one of her family members. I'm the father. I'm here. I have all of the capacity and the conditions here to take care of Cosette and have her with me. And so she should come with me. I talked to the lawyer about that, and he said, the process shouldn't be to one of the family members unless the father's not available or something. But you're here, he told me, and she should go to you. So that would actually help us, because then he could use the route of that the mom left. She basically abandoned her, and so that would pretty much almost automatically turn Cosette over to me. So that's what the situation is right now. So yeah, it's gonna get interesting here real quick. So that's where we're at right now, and I'll keep you guys up to date. So, what can I say about the JW world? Well, not too much. I just saw, so I wanted to include a little bit of that in the video as well. Queena, hi, Queena, oh my Queena, that's my dog. I don't know if I ever showed you guys my dog. Let me see here if I can see. You can see my Queena, my Queena, oh my Queena. You can call her Queenie, Queenie, my Queenie. I call her Queena or Maquina. That's her nickname. Queena, Maquina, Maquina, Maquina. Yeah. So love my Queena. Anyway, so I was on. I ran over to jw.org really quick to see what was going on there, and so I went to broadcasting as usual because that's where the juicy stuff is. And I saw one of the first videos was this brother King. I don't know if it's Brew. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like Breux. Must be a French or Belgian derivative or something. Bro, something like that. King Brew, talking about the quality of humility. Of course, they apply that to being humble means basically obeying them, right? And that they're supposedly being humble. Of course, at the same time, they've said that they have no reason to apologize, right? When they maybe get things wrong, because that's how Jehovah rolls, right? That's how Jehovah works. So it's not their fault. So that's kind of interesting, right? I mean, you're talking about humility, but then at the same time, what you're basically preaching is we don't have to apologize for anything. That's not humility, guys. I mean, choose which one it is. Which one is it? It's one or the other, right? So, there's just when you go on there with all the stuff, guys, that with the mandated shunning and everything else, everything they put on there is a contradiction. It's hypocrisy because there's another one right after that, the next one, which I think was I don't remember if it was Snyder or I can't remember who it was, but talking about developing thinking abilities, and of course, and it says, oh, that'll be it'll be have some worth in the new order as well, the new system. And of course, developing thinking abilities means as well, like thinking the way we tell you to think. That's what they're talking about. So it's not, don't think on your own, don't think for yourself, because that's independent thinking, and that's from Satan. So it's just hypocrisy over hypocrisy over hypocrisy. That's all you're going to see on there, because everything it comes back to do what we tell you to do. Be humble, yes, have humility, develop humility, and that means obey us. Develop thinking ability, but what we tell you to think, right? So that's basically that's what you're gonna get. That's how they're washing the brains of their followers. So anyway, yeah, that's the situation right now. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and thanks for following me always, and the comments and encouragement and everything. Please subscribe to the channel and help us to get the message out there, help the algorithm to favor us, the algorithm god. And of course, all of the ways there, like on the videos, the super thanks and other ways that you can donate are on there on the page. You can go to the information tab about the page where it says I changed a golden crown for Rolex. You click on that and you'll see information about the page and other ways that you can also voluntarily donate to Cassette's cause and getting her back home. Okay? Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you in the next CEO's visit.